5 target permanents this way. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do all. They have to be different permanents. So, but if this goes through, I don't know. My computer might overheat. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode of Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we dig into the deck, make sure to leave a like on the channel. The button looks just like this, and it does help me out tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. Before we gotta get into this deck, I will give a little shout out. I just launched a Discord, so if you want to be kind of a part of the community, go ahead. I'll link it below. Go ahead and join our Discord. Let's go ahead and get this into it. Temur, Splice, that is right. I've seen a few different lists here. Now, Temur is a little rough. We're going to have a hard matchup versus Boros Convoke and Mono Red, but how can we kind of mitigate this? Maybe we can, I think we actually have a pretty solid chance versus like other kind of decks, mid-range control. Mindsplice Apparatus, of course, I'm not the first one to do this. I have seen a few other lists kind of run the Mindsplice Apparatus because, as you know, this goes very, very well with any big type of bombs, type of sorceries and instants, makes the instant and sorceries cost less. So our 2 targets here, well, I want to say 3. Let's go for Worldsoul's Rage. So it deals X damage to any target, put X land cards from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. So I do want to have a lot of graveyard stuff and a lot of graveyard lands as well. So I thought naturally, let's just go for the Blossoming Tortoise, just try and get all of the Restless cards into our graveyard. And because we are 3 colors, we do have 3 Restless cards here. We got the Restless Vinestalk, Restless Ridgeline, and the Restless Spire. So that is pretty juicy, especially in the late game. You pop the Worldsoul's Rage, it deals X damage to your opponent, and then you get to have these Restless cards kind of finish off the job. Now, Doppelgang. Doppelgang for each of X target permanents, create X tokens that are copies of that permanent. In my opinion, a lot of the time, pretty much all of the time, Doppelgang is going to be used to copy, it's just permanent, so it's not non-land permanents. We can Doppelgang our Restless lands and just make a bazillion lands and then just go in for this Restless Ridgeline. Restless. This is going to be a Restless land attack. Now, again, there's other stuff you can do. You can go for the Blossoming Tortoise. You can actually go for your opponent's tokens as well, but either way, this is a really good late game bomb. The last one, Titania's Command. Choose 2, exile target player's graveyard. You gain 1 life for each card exiled this way. We're going to have a really, really hard time versus aggro decks and Boros Convoke. So that life gain, especially with exiling your own graveyard, typically what you want to do, I mean, it does suck that you get rid of the lands in your graveyard for like the Worldsoul's Rage and stuff like that. But sometimes it's going to be the end of the match. You're going to have to gain that life. You get the ramp and then 2 green bear tokens and then 2 counters on each creature, but mostly it is for just that late game bomb. The life gain, you can just gain like 25 life. It does just swing the match perfectly. So I think Titania's Command, we're going to run this, of course, with the Mindsplice Apparatus. Other than that, we got the Archaeologist to kind of mill ourselves out. We got Glimpse the Core and Shigeki. Silver Scrutiny, honestly, the Silver Scrutiny is a little... It's pretty decent late in the game, but I think I just mostly prefer these cards. So I think Silver Scrutiny, we might even just get rid of it, but it is what it is. Got the Kellan for some more ramp and big score last but not least. But this is pretty much the deck here. I mean, you kind of see what we got going on. We're going to mill the graveyard. We're going to take the Glimpse the Core, ramp up with the Tortoise, and just hopefully get the Mindsplice Apparatus to do some absolutely silly things with the Worldsoul's Rage and the Doppelgang. But that's pretty much the deck list. Like I said, make sure to see if you want to join the Discord. It's only me and like 5 other people right now, but we did just launch it. So hopefully that gets going. Consider joining the channel if that would help me out as a content creator. Get ready to subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. How we doing here? All right, this looks good enough. We got the Glimpse the Core, so we can kind of speed run into our Mindsplice or our Blossoming Tortoise. So looking good there. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Do you want to go for the Archaeologist? I don't think so. I think it's just better off to go into the Blossoming Tortoise. Obviously, I'm a little intimidated here. Number 32 overall can be kind of intimidating, but a tap land on turn 2 is not that intimidating. So let's go ahead and drop this. Get our Kellan. Kellan is actually a sorcery, so yeah, what's better, the Kellan or the Glimpse the Core? I think because we do have 4 lands in the hand. If I only had 3 lands in the hand, I would go for Glimpse the Core, because we do need to have a land drop on turn 4 to actually go for the Blossoming Tortoise. But I think this is I think we're looking good here. And our opponent's starting off very slow, which is very, very nice, because that number 32 overall rank has me a little worried. But no, it doesn't have me worried. Obviously, we just got no more lies or whatever. We could get countered here, so I'm just thinking, how do I want to do this? We do have the Mindsplice Apparatus, so I think we're going to lean Apparatus instead of the Blossoming Tortoise, just because, you know what? You know a counter's coming. Wow. Okay, Faithful Mending. Let's go ahead and get in the Mindsplice Apparatus immediately. And like I said, the Mindsplice Apparatus is, it's a little hard to kind of deal with. Obviously, they have the White March, but like other than that, like it is an artifact. Get Lost doesn't hit it. It is hard to kind of take care of. So yeah, I mean, it feels a little bit weird because they went for Faithful Mending, but if they had a counter, they could have got it on the Blossoming Tortoise, and we wouldn't have known. So now we got the Mindsplice Apparatus, and now we got the big score. Now we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna go for the Glimpse the Core because it only costs 1 now, which is pretty cool. And our only basics are forests, so like this kind of work out in our favor. I'm gonna go for the Voltstrider here. If they got the counter, that's fine. I'd rather do this than go for like the big score and just have it get countered. If this gets countered, it's not really the end of the world. The Mindsplice Apparatus eventually can make the Voltstrider that much cheaper with everything that we cast from the graveyard. Alright, so quick study. Wow. Alright, well, number 32 overall. I mean, so far you can't be too coy here because they drop 1 farewell and we just cry. We just literally cry for days. So I don't want to get too cocky, but we are... Ooh, a braid on the Mindsplice. Okay, I was about to say, wow, that's actually kind of weird. This is like Jukai then, huh? And they only had the Mirix for that red source, so that was actually really, really weird. Oof, okay. Definitely don't like my Mindsplice going away, but I think at this point, let's just go for the Blossoming Tortoise. If they have the counter, it's okay. We do play around Make Disappear. We do not play around No More Lies, which obviously would suck. But we have the Voltstrider now. We could like Glimpse the Core. Wow, and the Blossoming Tortoise does resolve. Okay. Well, we're not out of this yet. Let's see what we get here. Oh, well, just a forest, which is okay. Definitely want to get to the Restless cards in here with this graveyard. That is going to be the best thing that we can do. So now I gotta make a decision. With the Voltstrider, I think I may actually crew 2. 99% of the time, I'm collecting evidence. But because the Blossoming Tortoise is just kind of sitting here, yeah, let's actually swing in. Let's get our damage in with the Voltstrider. And yeah, I don't really want to remove stuff out of my graveyard just yet if I can't cast it. Man, that a braid though, that really threw me off. So I guess Yuya knows something that we don't. Number 32 overall, and they're earning Jukai, which is interesting. So the Abrade, maybe maybe there's what other targets for Abrade are there? You know, artifacts, but a little disappointing, but that's okay. We got the firepower to persist forward. Destroy evil. Yep. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to take that. So I think we can go for the Archaeologist. Let's go and fill up our graveyard even a little bit more and see what we got here. A Doppelganger. Ooh, Doppelgang. Well, it's actually just Doppelgang. All right, Doppelgang. This is actually really, what I like about Doppelgang, especially in this build, is a lot of times the permanents that I want to copy are lands. like just getting a bunch of like Restless Vinestalks and Mirror, even like a Mirix. We can actually copy the opponent's Mirix. We can just get like a bazillion different Restless lands, and then the Blossoming Tortoise can just kind of take care of it from there. It's a little less sexy than some of the other builds, like, you know, like Titan of Industry. I've seen people use Doppelgang with. Even like Gruff Triplets, I don't think I've seen, but you could do that. Just make a bazillion. That'd be like fun. But I think in this build, we just want to copy our lands here. Yeah. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Despite the roping, they are playing. I was about to say, if we get a rope out on number 32 overall, that would be absolutely amazing. So, I mean, we got the Restless Vinestalk, but the big score needs a discard. So that's a little bit awkward. I don't think I'm ready to start swinging with our Restless cards. Let's just go in for the Blossoming Tortoise. We're going to get this trigger. And still nothing but the coast is fine. I mean, again, it's better than whiffing. But definitely want to see some more Restless cards here. Because especially if they have control, the way that we win is probably going to be with these things. So I could go for the Doppelgang. I got to count out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still not ready, because Doppelgang, you pretty much want to have at least 8. So if X equals 2, it's 2, 2, 2, and then 2, which makes 8. So we don't really have enough for that yet. I did want to get that Restless land. I don't think it's bad necessarily to do this, because with the Doppelgang and the big score I have to discard, which sucks. But I do want to get down the Restless cards. Maybe I should have gone for Kellan. Man, maybe I should have gone for Kellan here. Might have been a little bit too passive. Especially because we didn't use the Restless Vinestalk, so let me just kind of count out this stuff here. If I go for the Clue token, we could go for big score. I don't know, maybe that is the best move. But if I go for big score, whatever we draw with the Clue token, we can discard. Speaking of discarding, our opponent is going to discard. Hopefully it don't take too long there. They kind of wrote me a little bit, but I understand. I understand in high Mythic, you gotta be meticulous. I do it too. Alright, and they get rid of a Depopulate and a Citadel. Okay, no problem. Okay, yeah, I think we're kind of cooking. There's a true blue red source there. And let's see what they got here. They got the, like, Farewell, or, you know, we're not even that worried about Farewell. Again, I think the way that we win is taking Doppelgang. So if they're not going to cast anything again, that's fine. We will do what we can. Let's go for a clue token. They're still at 21 life, so they actually have more life than... Ooh, a command. Titania's Command. Ooh. In a weird way, I almost like... It's a great card. I just don't know if I want to see it. I think... Ooh, actually, I'm going to keep that. Now we got the Mindsplice. Now, I'm going to say, there's a lot going on right now. Obviously, they have a counterspell. I think what we're going to do is probably go in for the Restless Vinestalk. With the Blossoming Tortoise, we do cost 1 less this way, so I think this is probably the move. And then we can flash in the Mindsplice. I think this is pretty good, and the Restless Vinestalk actually goes well with the Archaeologist. Very, very good. Because the Archaeologist does not have Defender. Just by having 0 attack, it does not have a Defender, so you can actually buff it with the Vinestalk. Lightning Helix on the Tortoise is pretty rough. Yep, definitely don't love that, but I don't think we can really do anything about that, so... Goodbye, Tortoise, and they're up to 24 life, but we can finally start taking a chunk out of their life here. Put up the 3/3 onto the Archaeologist. Very, very nice synergy there. Otherwise, the Vinestalk doesn't have a whole lot of synergy. So we take him down to 16. We get some blood. We get some blood down. That's all I'm worried about. All right, let's pass turn. If they go ahead and tap out, I'm definitely going to go for the Mindsplice. Or if they even come close. Yeah, this is close, though. This is close because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If they have the counter and the Faithful Mending, we do at least burn them a little bit in their card advantage. So they have to no more lies. It is what it is. All right, no more lies. So that's okay. If we wean them down, Sunfall. Okay, yeah. I mean, Sunfall's not really that good versus us right now. But if we wean them down in card advantage, eventually they're gonna have nothing to cast, and then we just go for this huge Doppelgang. Another Restless Vinestalk. Definitely love that. We're in this weird little predicament here though, because if I go for the Restless Vinestalk, I still do not have the means to go for the big score. So that's the problem there. Okay, let me count this out. I think I'm just gonna go for the Vinestalk. It's the most conservative play, which kind of sucks, but we do make the best out of this Vinestalk with the Archaeologist. So ultimately, I think we're probably still pretty good to do this. And, oh, okay, a Memory Deluge. Okay, I guess that's not the worst thing ever. We can actually take care of the Deluge with Titania's Command. So that is time, yeah, oh my god, another time out here. Oh my goodness, I mean, hey, I guess we're making number 32 sweat, so that feels pretty good. All right, and they finally make the decision. I was gonna say, I don't really mind a rope out win. I mean, I'll take wins. When you're this high up, I mean, I will take the win, number 32. But unfortunately, they are playing. We get them down to 10. And I can still go for this Doppelgang. Maybe, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just, like, not super comfortable. Obviously, that Memory Deluge does kind of suck. So 4 cards in their hand. They got Restless cards. They also have Restless cards they could kind of, like, chump block with. But we got 3 pretty explosive cards in our hand. We got the Big Score, the Command, and a huge Doppelgang. So, I don't know. I don't know where we sit here. The Doppelgang, if we can resolve a Doppelgang and just get a bazillion Restless cards, I think we're good to go. Opponent must be stressing, because, I mean, I get it. But, I don't know. I mean, I'm a little, like, edgy just because, like, content's sake. I'm like, oh gosh, this isn't good. But, you know what? I think this is a good match. So, we're gonna... I have not seen this card in forever. You pretty much search your library for, okay, that's fine. And they get a Doppelgang, oh my god. All right, so Doppelgang versus Doppelgang. Interesting. Wow, this is really interesting. Okay, so I can actually Doppelgang their invasion, but I don't think that's really the move here. And whenever, yeah, you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, blah, 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 if they flip it. But how can they really flip this? This is interesting. This is actually a really interesting match. I've never Invocation of the Founders if they flip it. Brotherhood's End. I think now we actually have Brotherhood's End actually really, really bad for the big score. But you know what? This Doppelgang at this point, gosh, it just sucks though. I know they have a counterspell. You know they do. Maybe I go for Titania's command. Just try and exile the whatchamacallit. Just try. I mean, now I'm roping. I'm talking smack. All right, let's not rope. Let's not rope too long. Let's go for the Vinestalk here. And worst case scenario, we still do 8 damage, which they can't ignore forever. So let's do this. If they do anything crazy, we still have the big score. And now we got the Brotherhood's End. And wow, they take it. Wow. Okay. I guess Doppelgang is probably not going to be the move here. I think we're just going to go for the big score on the Brotherhood's End if they do kind of tap out here. If they go for their own Doppelgang, I don't know if that swings the match, though. I mean, if they go for their own Doppelgang, I guess they could just kind of copy their own Archaeologist. And then if they make a bazillion copies of the Archaeologist, I might want to go for Brotherhood's End, sweep the board, and swing in. If they don't Doppelgang, then I'm just going to use the big score, get rid of the Brotherhood End. And they don't do anything. Oh my god, so no Doppelgang's coming. That's fine. I'm not running counter spells. Well, at least I don't have any right now. So, another Brotherhood's End. I guess that's pretty good. Okay, another Restless card. We definitely want the Restless cards, but I actually don't want to just mindlessly drop the Restless card. We're going to have to do a little bit of brain power here before I just start dropping Restless cards, because every little bit of mana here could actually matter. So let me just kind of map this out here. Definitely, they had 2 life. So can we get down to the last 2 life here? They got this Doppelgang. I think we're just going to have the Restless Vinestalk here. Let's put the pressure on them. If they don't, we still have a command. Let's swing in here. Get the Archaeologist. I mean, they have to block 2 things here. So, I mean, I do kind of like this. I made sure they don't have like a Field of Ruin or anything like that. So I wouldn't do that with this. But see if they have like a Get Lost or something. They're tapping. They're tapping. Oh, an Emperor. Yeah, well, Emperor's pretty good. Emperor is pretty good. So I'm just trying to think of what... Emperor does kind of make our lives a little crappier. Okay. We still do get the Restless Vinestalk trigger on the Archaeologist, so it's still a 3-3 coming through. So let's see if they want to make a 2-2, or what do they want to do here? No, they do. They're going to just get rid of the Restless Vinestalk, which makes sense. Alright, so up to that, then we get them down to 1, unless they have another removal spell. But they are losing cards eventually, or Lightning Helix. I actually don't really mind this that much. That's fine. 2 cards in hand. 2 cards in hand, but I'm just thinking here. The Doppelgang is not going to be the move right now. I don't think that's the move. I think what we want to do... It's really hard right now. Let me go and count this out. I could just go for Titania's command, get rid of this Deluge. I think that is appealing. Obviously, if they have a counterspell, it is pretty back-breaking. But let's do this. Let's go ahead and exile their graveyard. I could put up... Yeah, let's do this. And I know the Brotherhood's End kind of does not go really well with this 2 green bear tokens here. And obviously, they might just counter it. Come on. Opponent has been pretty... playing pretty slowly too, so I mean I don't know. They got a lot to think about. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. Take your time. They got to play on the side. If they do have the counter spell, they know that we have the Doppelgang, so I'm not really mad about this one. There's a lot at stake here. If they have the counter spell, they probably are thinking. Okay, they have it. They got it. Okay, it is what it is. Negate. Another counter spell down. We still have 2 Restless Vinestalks here, so their battle is not really worried. I'm not worried about the invasion here. If they want to do like double Restless Anchorage, I mean, that's just not really the play, I don't think. We have the Restless Ridgeline. Got a Brotherhood's End. Let's see if they just go for this monster's Doppel. I don't think that's the move, though. Especially with no creatures. Like, Doppelgang's a little bit odd. Like, excuse me. Doppelgang, they have the same idea that we do. I mean, they're going to have to Doppelgang lands. Because there's nothing on the battlefield to really Doppelgang. You can go for Wandering Emperor, but it's not really going to do anything. So, alright, 2-2. Let's see if they Doppelgang a 2-2. But this is looking... I think we're looking pretty good here. Got the Rush... I mean, if I go for Vinestalk and the Ridgeline... Do we have enough mana for... Oh, they're going... Oh, they did it! They did it! Oh my god! Okay, so they actually got their Doppelgang off first. They go for the invasion. Hold on, they got... Hold on. Oh, and this is scary. Okay, so they got 2 invasions to go off. They get another Doppelgang. All right, let's see what else they take here. So they have one mystery card. Okay, negate, and they have a negate. Okay, so they have a negate. So my Doppelgang is not going to be the move. We know that. We know that Doppelgang is not going to be how we win here. 7 life. Okay, I think we're just going to drop the coast. See this negate? Yeah, okay, we just have to play around negate. So that's not that big of a deal. If I go for Brotherhood's End, we can kind of clear the board. Let me see let me do the math here. I think we might win here. If I go for Vinestalk and a Ridgeline, this has trample, so it's a 5/5. I think do we win? Hold on, if they don't have spot removal, I think we're just gonna sneak this out. Yeah, the Ridgeline, we have just enough. 7 life left. We have just enough. All right, if I go for Ridgeline, Ridgeline actually increases the power of another creature. I want to make just quadruple sure. I'm going to tap all this out properly. I do not need an auto tap screw up this deep into the match. Let's do this as a 3/4. The 3/4 does not have trample, but the 3/4 does increase the power of the Vinestalk, and the Vinestalk does have trample. So let's say no, 3/4 is better than a 3/3. Let's get the Vinestalk. The Vinestalk is a 7/5 with trample. And if they don't have spot removal, we're going to take this. No way. We take it. Let's give them a good game. We just took out number 32, baby. Let's go. Bullying Dawn. How we doing here? Okay, so this is like an offensively slow start. I'm a little nervous. We do go first, which helps out a lot. I think I'm going to keep it just because, again, we'll get a mulligan. Let's go ahead and give our opponent the friendly mulligan. Hello. Everybody needs and deserves a friend when you take a mulligan, but the reason I'm keeping this hand, A, just because of content, and B, because we kind of already have a terrible matchup versus, like, aggro. Oh, God. Oh, God, I see Boros colors and I get nervous. Okay, well, there's a Glimpse of Core. Glimpse of Core is actually going to save us a lot, but like I said, we already have such a bad matchup versus, like, Boros Convoke and aggro that, like, if we just double down on it, I think we already lost versus those kind of decks, most likely. So I think I'm okay with just having a slow start. Nevertheless, our opponent seems to have a slow start, and I guess we're looking good here. Ooh, and we whiff with the Tortoise. That is obviously brutal. Let's go and give him some sad faces on the whiff. Well, this is actually okay. I mean, like I said, we're not playing against Boros Convoke. This seems to be, what, Jeskai? Okay. I think we're fine here. Get lost on the Tortoise. Yeah, we can deal with that. Okay, and now that we're playing something a little bit more... Ooh, big score. I think we're just going to have to... I think we're just going to probably ditch the Archaeologist. Let's just ditch the Archaeologist here. Yeah, we're going to pay the 1 life. That's fine. Unless they're running Spell Pierce, we're going to get this to go. And I definitely want... If they're running a more control style build, let's definitely do this. And now we get into our Mindsplice Apparatus. Can't really go for it right now. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So now we got... Yeah, we got the... Oh, this is... I mean, this is our... These are all of our bombs here. Apparatus, Command, Doppelgang, and the Rage. So, Celestis. Okay, Brotherhood's... Ooh. Brotherhood's End is pretty nice on the Celestis, but now that we have treasure tokens and map tokens, it's a lot less appealing to go for the Brotherhood's End here. So maybe we pop the treasure tokens open to go for the Brotherhood's command so that we get some sort of value out of them. I think that's kind of maybe something that we could do. Or maybe I just go for the Mindsplice Apparatus. We actually can't get countered here unless they have negate. If we... the OC, I know. Let's go ahead and mute them for a second. We're gonna have to think about this. I'm not even really mad at them. I know that we are playing kind of slowly here. I think we're gonna do this overall. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Let's go for the Brotherhood's End and just blow up the board. The map tokens I don't think are really that useful anyway. And now let's go for the Mindsplice Apparatus here. We'll go ahead and unmute the opponent. I mean, I don't. Most of the time, the Yorgos are not really necessary. I think, you know, I understand it this time. But hey, come on, we're playing Temur. I gotta be a little bit more meticulous about what we're playing here. I mean, Temur in the top 1,000 Mythic. Come on. Gotta cut me a little bit of slack here. All right, let's do this. And do I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4? Let's see. All right, we might have to mute the opponent again because I'm already getting nervous that they're gonna start Yorgoing me again, which is completely understandable. I think we're just gonna go for the yeah, there it is. All right, let's go for. Hey, let's just We're playing Temur. We're playing Temur. You gotta give me a little slack here. I think we're just gonna go for the command. I think this is the least threatening card that does get countered. So let's go ahead and just kind of ramp up some more with the Doppelgang and the Worldsoul's Rage. I would assume this gets countered most likely, but oh wow, so it doesn't. Well, I definitely okay. Interesting. Well, let's go for some more Restless cards here. Get the 2/2s, and I think wow, I mean that's pretty good. I mean, you just have some board presence here. Yeah, that works for me. Got 2 more Restless cards here, which does help out. The Mindsplice Apparatus is doing its thing, making our Doppelgang and the Worldsoul's Rage looking kind of juicy. Temporary lockdown is fine. Doesn't hurt our apparatus. That's what I'm mostly worried about. Our little bears go on hibernation permanently. That's okay. That temporary lockdown is not so temporary for those little bears, because they're tokens, but let's do a little counting here. Let's do a little counting. I know the opponent is probably writhing in pain, and I hope as a content viewer, just because I'm doing this for content, I hope it's at least semi-entertaining, even though I am trying to be a little more meticulous and quickly about this. Don't want to go for the Doppelgang just yet, especially if they're running a counterspell, so I think what we're going to do is just do this. I do have, if they go for the Field of Ruin, that's fine, they tap out that way. We're kind of like baiting them, plus if they do go for Field of Ruin, then we kind of have free reign here. Okay, this is actually not that bad at all. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. They get rid of our Restless Spire. They're tapped out. Let's go ahead and grab our basics. We are running basics. We are running basics. So now I got only the Restless Spire into the graveyard. So let's go and get rid of that. Okay. I have to, they're tapped out, so I have to do something here. Let's go for Tail the Suspect. Pay the land. And let's just cast the Kellan. Okay, so we still give them something to work with here. And again, every single turn, that Mindsplice Apparatus is going to meticulously, slowly start churning up those tokens. Counters. Counters, that's it. And then the Doppelgang and the Worldsoul's Rage is about to just unleash fury on them, which is wonderful. So Doppelgang, of course, if X equals 1, it's going to cost 5. If it's 2, it's 8, and then 11, so on and so forth. Big score. Basically, a big score is actually pretty nice. So what I think we can do here, again, I want to make sure that we're at least playing kind of correctly here. So I could go for the Doppelgang. While we're kind of thinking that over, I think we have a free swing with Kellan, and we can actually draw. So let's not sacrifice our apparatus. Let's go ahead and go for this, so we get a free draw with Kellan. Feels pretty good. And a land. A land is fine, because now we have a big score target. So, I am nervous about, like, a farewell, obviously, so maybe we just go for the big score now. Again, I mean, we can get that stuff back with the rage. So, ooh, more lands. Okay, I guess that's not really the worst thing ever. This deck's for big brain people. All right. Let's go ahead and drop our force here. Definitely a little bit. Oh, man, we gotta do something here. I know they obviously have, you know. We gotta do something here. For the Worldsoul's Rage, I gotta do some mental math here with the apparatus. And let's go ahead and do this. So, got the QQ. I actually have never really done the QQ before. They give us a year ago. At this point, we're just sorry. I don't really know what else to do. I gotta kind of think this out. Worldsoul's Rage, and with the apparatus, we have 7. We've got 8 here. With the 3, let's go ahead and mute the opponent, just so I can think a little bit better. Again, it's totally warranted right now. I would be pretty annoyed if I was taking this long. It is what it is. I'm sorry. All right, if I go for the Worldsoul's Rage, if I go for 13, go for... Oh my god, I'm so bad at math. Okay, so whatever we hit, 13, that's 4, so it's 11. So now it's 11. Okay, now we're getting closer. Bust these treasure tokens open. Go for the Worldsoul's Rage. Okay, we can unmute you now. Sorry. All right, we got okay, let's do that. We get our Restless Spire. We actually have 1 in our land. I actually sometimes forget. Let's go that. We actually have enough to go for the land in our hand. All right, sorry, opponent. Okay, well, they didn't counter it, so that's actually wonderful. And now we have 3 Restless lands to kind of finish the job if we can't go for the Doppelgang. And even if we don't, I think we're going to try and go for this Doppelgang. We've already annoyed the opponent to absolute death. So I think we're just going to try and go for the Doppelgang. And I got to do some more mental math here. Again, hey, I don't even know if it's called mental math. I got to get my calculator out now. This is crazy. Let's see. Sunfall, that's fine. We can take that. No big deal. Especially with this Restless like kind of core does screw up a lot of control style. So here we go. My god, they didn't have a counter spell for the Worldsoul's Rage. So I think we're going to go for the QQ again. Yep. So if we go for QQ again, I think we're gonna do this. If they counter this, it's fine. So 4 with the apparatus, that's 9, that's 10, that's 12. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. I'm so sorry. let's just go ahead and give him some spankings. Let's give him some spankings here. I actually don't think I have to do this at this point. Let's just go for the Restless Ridgeline. Go for the Restless Vinestalk. Let's just go for the win here. Okay, let's just do this. I am still nervous a little bit about the counter spell here. They are holding up priority, but it could just be from the whatchamacallit. And I think ultimately, if we just go for Doppelgang, we're still good to go for the Doppelgang. So let's see if they tap out here. Get lost, that's fine. That is what it is. Let's go ahead and it is what it is. Let's go ahead and give him a crying face. We're gonna go for Doppelgang next turn. Big score, I guess we'll keep big score, I guess. I don't really want to discard my Doppelgang, but whatever. We'll just put the counters on the Restless cards, because that could matter later on in the game, though. I think we're just kind of spitballing here. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it. I'm so sick of it. I could just go for the Restless. Man, I kind of have the content in mind. We've already annoyed the opponent so much here. So let's go ahead and do the QQ trick. And I said very, very new to the QQ trick. New to this deck. New to Temur. But we're not new to winning, baby. I know. I'm so sorry. I gotta do some math here. So that's a 12 with the Mindsplice Apparatus. If I go for 5, we can tap 5 target permanents this way. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do all. They have to be different permanents. So let's go for the Restless card. Obviously, the Restless cards are what we want. I guess we may as well take a, well, Incubator token with the +1/+1 counters doesn't work. So let's do the Lockdown to get rid of their token. And let's see, where's your Restless? You have Restless cards? You have 1, right? Guess not. I guess we'll take the Surveil. It is what it is. Baby. Okay, Doppelgang after all this time. We've annoyed the opponent to death. X equals 5 on the Doppelgang. If this goes through, if they have a counter spell, we can still recover. But if this goes through, I don't know. My computer might overheat. Eh? I mean, if they have the counter they have, I'm tapped out. I am tapped out. If they've got the counter, they just got the counter. Again, just I don't want. Let's get this to resolve before we start saying sorry. Because if it, I mean, I know we've annoyed the opponent to absolute death, but again, we're running Temur mid-range control, whatever the heck you want to call this deck. It takes a. Oh wait, take it. Doppelgang doesn't resolve, but we do take it. Tom Jones, how we doing here? I'm gonna go keep this. Looks good enough. We are on the draw, which kind of sucks, but we do have the Voltstrider. We'll be okay. Worst case scenario, we can get down the Shigeki. Kind of like the Shigeki for those long, grindy matchups. Forgot that Shigeki was even kind of a thing, to be honest with you. But kind of a slow start here. Really unfortunate, but as long as we're not playing against Boros Convoke, like I said, I just kind of have I've just kind of accepted that if we play against like Boros Convoke or Mono Red, that we're just probably losing. So we do have the Brotherhood's End. So if we did get into like, you know, some sort of shenanigans, we can swipe the board with the Brotherhood's End. But other than that, it does get kind of rough. Titania's Command. The reason I like Titania's Command also is you do have a monstrous life gain with the Titania's Command. If you got a big graveyard, you get 1 life for every card in your graveyard, so that's kind of nice. Voltstrider also gives cards from your graveyard. Void Ren. Don't see a whole lot of Void Ren nowadays, but okay, this might be an Esper control build. Unfortunately, we are stuck on land, which is pretty brutal. So, dang, I wish man, that sucks. But we go for Shigeki. We put a little bit of board presence down here. Shigeki can kind of fetch us some lands. Yeah, definitely not great here, but Virtue of Persistence, not good. Definitely need our 4th land. It's going to get real rocky real quick if we don't get into our next land here. Okay, down to 18. We can stand that. We can withstand that. 3 cards in hand. Well, it's better than nothing here. So I guess we can go for our Archaeologist. We do get the Restless Vinestalk. If they want to counter this, go ahead. Not really the end of the world here. So let's see what we mill out. And if they don't... They're gonna kill the Archaeologist? I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say that makes no sense. There's our. Oh my god, no way. There's our lands. Okay, well, that's a little aggravating, but it is what it is. All right, so there's our lands. We found them. In a way, we did find them. 3 cards in hand. Man, Rafine's so good though. They do get that disc. I mean, connive. Thankfully, they don't have the bat out. If they've got the bat and Rafine out, it gets so gross so quickly. All right. Ooh, Obscura Charm. So this is pretty interesting. They've got definitely a pretty new Capenna, Obscured out, and Ratatouille. Wow. Okay, a big score. Do you want to just drop the Blossoming Tortoise, or do we want to go for the big score? I mean, at this point, the Apparatus is a little bit too slow. I think we're just going to go for the Blossoming Tortoise and see. Well, we definitely have lands from the Archaeologist. No Restless cards, which is pretty brutal, but I guess we'll just hold still. I don't know what I want to do against this Ratatouille. If they swing in, Titania's command might be a little bit too slow. Urtai, we do get to draw off this, so let's see if they kill the Tortoise. They do kill the Taurus, which is actually, it's semi-okay. Just because if they swing in with the Ratatouille, if they don't connive on the Ratatouille, we can block with the Archaeologist, or we can chump block. So hopefully they get 2 lands. If they don't, it is what it is. And no, only 1 land, so this does turn into a chump block, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We gotta prevent a little bit of damage here. We could actually Doppelgang. Okay, this could be kind of nuts here. If we could Doppelgang... If we could Doppelgang for 2, we could do the Ratatouille, and then, like, everything would, like, kind of come back. At this point, my graveyard's looking a little not great. I'm just trying to think, do we want to go for the Apparatus? Or do we just want to go straight in for the command? At this point, they've got too much on the board to ignore. So I think we're going to go ahead and create 2 bear tokens here. Exile our own graveyard, which is unfortunate, because at this point, the Doppelgang is pretty much our win condition. So we do gain 9 life this way and get at least some sort of board presence up. It's not great, especially with the Ratatouille. Yeah, I think we're okay. Like I said, there's not the Virtual Persistence is almost a dead card. Got 1 more card in their hand. Obviously, this Connive with the Refine is pretty brutal here. But I think our win condition-ish is probably just going to be the Doppelgang and then just copying their cards. I don't like the Ward, though. The Ward really does hurt. Big of a deal. But let's see what they connive first here. Ooh, up to a 6-5, and now we're just full-blown chump blocking. Ooh, it does not feel good. Yeah, it does not feel good at all. Maybe we just chump block 1 so that we can save the bear for the chump block next turn. So down to 14. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at whatsoever. Oof, okay. Definitely under duress here. And they slam down a Virtue of Persistence. Okay, well. Whew, alright. What's actually the play here? We have 7, so the Doppelgang is actually not going to be good enough here. What I think we need to do is just go in for the like the big score. Silver Scrutiny is not looking good here. Draw. I think we're going to go for the big score. Get rid of the Silver Scrutiny. Glimpse the Core, Doppelgang, yada yada. I think instead of going for the Apparatus unfortunately is going to be a little bit too slow. We want to just ramp up as much as we can. We're going to chump block this turn. Feels absolutely horrendously terrible. They're going to get an Etrata. The only way we can really win this is go for the Doppelgang. We go and count this out, and then we're going to go for the Doppelgang. And then we're going to have, I think we're going to have just enough to kind of pay the ward cost after this chump block. If they have removal, like I go for the throat, I think this game is just over. Yeah, if they have a chump block, I think the game's just over after this connive counter. But, you know, if we get the chump block and we Doppelgang, is there a chance? All right, and that's a 6-9, so that's 10, 12. Yeah, we have to at least chump block here. All right, down to 4 we go, and I think this is our only chance to lose it. That's another connive card. Okay, so that's fine. They just connive, and that is what it is. All right, so nothing in their hand, so I don't have to worry about a counter spell. I think we're a little bit too slow. Let's just try to see if we can do this anyway. Let's do some mental math here. So Ratatouille is 4/4. Whenever something else dies, you get another token. So if we just Doppelgang them a bazillion times, I really wish they did not have the ward, because the ward on both the Raffine and the Ratatouille makes things really awkward. But we're still going to try this out. I think we're probably toast, but let's try this out. Let's go for the Doppelgang here, and I think we're going to have to try this. So pay 0. Let's map this out. We got 2 treasure tokens here. We want to go for 8. So x equals 2 would make a total of 8. And I think, yeah, we got enough. So we're going to target Raffine, because we need blockers in the air. I know they have the legendary rule, but the Ratatouille kind of helps with that. And then this has Ward 2. So let's do this, and then we have 3 left over. Doppelgang for 1. The Ward 1 on the Raffine, yep, auto pay. And then the Ward 2 on the Ratatouille. Ba-boom. And then we get 2 copies each. And then hopefully we gotta keep 1. And then whenever this dies, we get another copy that's not a legendary from the Ratatouille. Hold on. I mean, so now we've got 3 Raffines. Okay, I think there's at least a shot. I mean, oh man, the Urtai though. Okay, the Urtai is gonna come back. Oh man, this is actually pretty brutal because the Urtai is gonna get double triggers here with their own Ratatouille. If they didn't have the Urtai in the graveyard, oh, we may have been able to steal this somehow. So we do get the ward, a big ward battle here. Yeah, because now they get their own Urtai. This is pretty ridiculous here. All right, we do get to draw. Do we at least survive 1 turn is my question. Ooh, lands. Ooh, I don't like lands here. So yeah, that is pretty brutal here. And they get a Shelly. Oh my gosh, now they get a Shelly. All out swing. I think this is a good game. It is what it is, but we had fun. Well, if it isn't Mythic Mike, let's go ahead and give him, this isn't the Mulligan hello. This is the content creator hello. So how's it going, Mike? Let's go ahead and give him a friendly wave. We recently just did a kind of collab with Ace MTG, if you're not familiar with them. They did like a weekend kumite. So, I mean, I'm assuming you've heard of both Ace MTG and Mythic Mike, as they are a little bit bigger than my channel. But how's it going here? So, ooh, you got no wave here from the Mythic Mike. But Mike, I get it. We are enemies right now, Mike. It's okay. I understand. What I'm a little bit nervous about, I guess this could be Convoke. Sometimes Mythic Mike, hey, sometimes you do get some pretty crazy brews here with Mike, so don't know exactly what I'm expecting here. Sunder the Gateway, so just, wow, okay, so they get to incubate 2. That is actually really, really good. Okay, we get the Brotherhood's End. So Brotherhood's End actually could be really, really nice here. I think I am gonna wait the cat. Oh, there's the emote. Okay, there's the emote. Get a little nervous now. Voltstrider. I think we'll just go for the Voltstrider here. Let's go ahead and give him the spankins. Mythic Mike, we are playing against your buddy here. Again, we know Mike does brew some crazy things here. So it's MM versus MM. And, ooh, the Evangelist. Ooh, I don't like the Evangelist here. The Evangelist is kind of gross because the Brotherhood's End can take care of it. It can take care of it, but the problem with the Evangelist is that it does give the back. And the Incubator token can kind of survive the wipe of the Brotherhood's End. So the Brotherhood's End's actually not looking great here. I think I'm going to be a little cocky and just try to get the Mindsplice Apparatus going. Unless they have, I want them to incubate the token as well. So Mike, go ahead and incubate your token for me. If they do have like Immodane's Recruiter, obviously it's looking terrible here for a frontline, and yeah, we're fine with that. I think we're gonna go for the Mindsplice Apparatus and then swipe the. No! Oh my gosh! Gosh darn it! Oh dang! Okay, I think we might still be okay for at least a turn. Let's go ahead and give him. Let's go ahead and give him the crying face here. Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh darn it! Oh, the Immodane's Recruiter, just such a good card. My plan was to go for the. Are we actually toast here? I think we might. No, we don't. So, Mike, good game.